Croatia, Vietnam. I want to see if we can, because I don't think this is in any actual Macedonia. What if we get them to? Yeah, let's release Catalonia. Submit the proposal. Let's see if anybody will allow for Catalonia independence. It might work. It might end up backfiring terribly. Taiwanese Strait crisis. After the communist victory in the Civil War, the nationalists escaped to Taiwan. Steadfastly held against further Maoist offensive. Along with the island of Taiwan, few islands in the South China Sea were also captured by the nationalists, such as Kinmen and Matsu. Only 58,000 troops on Kinmen and 15,000 troops on Matsu. Recently, troops from the People's Liberation Army began shelling the aforementioned islands. Taiwan claiming that Taiwan must be liberated from the oppressive forces of Kuomintang that currently rule with an iron fist. PLA also sent forces to seize the Yongjing Islands located off the coast of Zhejiang. And they haven't actually declared themselves the People's Republic yet. They're just still the Liberation Army. At some point they might change their name. I'm not too sure. Air Force, industrial blueprints. Let's infiltrate the American government. I think that seems like a useful plan for us. We'll get you, and we'll take you. Commence when ready. Commence the operation there. But even for the Catalonian people rejected by the United Nations. Even Turkey and Israel said no. I didn't even vote yes. I didn't even vote on it. We have 250 political power, so it means we can then spend that, not on economic exploitation, but on influencing Turkey. We'll do that there. We'll follow that up with confirm Stalin's omnipotence. Give it 200 political power. Stalin's going to get us Turkey in the months before he dies. We're now at 81%. 200 political power from this our national focus here, plus whatever we get in the meantime, should get us, I think, up to about 90, and then we're just basically waiting on waiting for this to get to 500 political power so we can actually do the coup. And we'll see if France. See, this is why I hate the AI. They do the boring things. Who cares about naval tactics when you can, like, do all the interesting things over here? I don't understand. I wish the AI took more of the political focuses a little bit earlier than naval tactics. When is the Navy ever going to be important for France? It's a Cold War mod. If we go to war, I'm nuking you. Like, it's not... They just do not seem to understand the situation they find themselves in. Allow me to process. 3,442... Nazi war and domestic atrocity criminals are on trial today in Waldheim. These individuals were charged with a variety of crimes, including crimes against humanity, mass murder, war crimes, and any other crimes. The defendants are among the last of the Nazi war criminals that have yet to be tried for their crimes. I've read crime so many times in this little box that it doesn't even sound like a real word anymore. The trials will be carried on in quick succession due to a large number of individuals on trial. Several independent reporters are claiming that the trials are not too fair and conducted too quickly. Most defendants only getting a few minutes on trial. Most troubling in some of these reports is a 14-year-old boy named Walter Juritz, who had been sentenced to 20 years. One of the prosecutors responded by saying that they are Nazis and Nazis do not have rights. Prosecutors claimed that it is a grace the enemies of the People's Republic get a trial at all. Okay, then we can purge seditious reactionaries. Like 5-day focus. Also, we have 283 political power. Okay. Turkey, you have no idea what's coming up with you. I'm hoping we get to... We're not. We're gonna get to like 87-ish. Oh, we're stuck at 85. Okay. Well, we're getting closer. We're getting closer for sure. Let's announce Leningrad fair for embezzlement. We're weakening the party apparatus. Is that... A neutral unified Germany? Does that make sense for us? Probably not, right? 14% on you. We're not gonna do that one quite yet. We did with Austria. We don't need to do with Germany. Because I think France is gonna be pro-Soviet. I don't think we need the buffer state. It doesn't really make as much sense, I think, for us. Imagine if United States are communist. I don't believe that can happen. I would be surprised. Let me just put it that way. More political power. We weaken the party apparatus just a little bit more. Leningrad affair. Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin has long been suspicious of Leningrad and its Soviet leadership. His old rival, Grigory Zilov, had his power base there in the 1920s, and Stalin felt Leningrad Soviets had the desire to shift the capital and political center back to the old imperial capital. Following World War II, the suspicion turned paranoia. The siege of Leningrad made the city's leader national heroes, and during the siege allowed them to operate independently of Stalin's directives. Following the war, Leningrad leaders gained more position of power in the central government in Moscow, gaining the most power it has seen since Stalin's rise to power. Bringing this new base of political power and the rise of so many young politicians, Stalin decided to act. In January 1949, leading Leningrad's leaders such as Alexei Zemtsov and Nikolai Beznetsky organized a trade fair. Stalin directed the media and security forces to attack the event. They laid out a series of trumped-up embezzlement and corruption charges on his Leningrad rivals. In January 1950, the trials concluded, and the 6 leading Leningrad leaders were sentenced to death. The Leningrad affair allowed Stalin to eliminate a perceived rival power base. Should have happened barely 2 years ago, but here we are. Aims of Olympic opiates, that seems fine. Yeah, anything from this army experience for tanks. You're basically garbage. Anti-air nets, Soviet Navy. Basically, this is all just trash. So I guess we'll turn a blind eye to anti-Semitism. Yeah. Still losing $4.9 billion. Could get a tank manufacturer. Production costs, but they're much better. You know what? That seems, I think, completely okay. I'm fine paying a little bit more money if it means that I get better tanks. Going to you right now. 86, 87. We're a negative 35. Excellent. After we finish the focuses, we just wait for the old man to die. Basically, he's got like 9 months left, give or take. It would be nice if like more people would use the United Nations. I don't know if they actually can or not. Focus on the armed forces for a moment. Apparently Cambodia is socialist, but that probably is not going to last, I think, too much. Apparently they're recognizing South Korea. I don't know how you do that, seeing as South Korea doesn't exist. But you know what? You do you. Maybe they're recognizing like a South Korean government in exile. Seems like that could be a an option for us. Upgrade the army. Losing $4.8 billion per day. The Albanian supervision. Over the past few months, the People's Socialist Republic of Albania has been fending off guerrilla attacks from tightly organized, well-trained Albanian expats. Though the freedom fighters fought ferociously, they've been countered at every turn, likely due to the traitor in their midst. All who have opposed Hawks' new state, the revolts have been shot, hanged, or jailed. Those widely unspoken, those where the expats were trained, it is almost certain that they were trained by Western saboteurs. How did the Korean War end? With us winning decisively. Your power, 914 days. Cryogenic rockets. Better batteries. 500 days on you. What's the mass destruction? Let's research nuclear power plant. You cannot, because you don't have a synchronized power grid. Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew that. Guess we'll go for short-range missiles. Get 25% cheaper weapons. Get a new operative. We'll send them to... I guess Spain? Inviting... So they're not going to dissolve the government. They've decided to secretly invite Soviet military advisors. So they're not going... So I'm wondering, will they still have an election? I mean, elections handled by event. Reach out to Yugoslavia, contact North Vietnam. Treaty of Taipei. The Republic of China and Taiwan and Japan have finally declared peace. The delay in peace negotiations was due to neither Chinese government attending the Treaty of San Francisco because of the Chinese Civil War. The United States is said to have exerted major pressure over Japan in order to make them sign a peace conference. The text of the treaty is similar to the Treaty of San Francisco's, but has been edited to fit the Republic of China. The treaty does not mention who the true owner of Taiwan should be, instead primarily deals with Japanese claims and nationals. Anything else we want to do in here? Arms contact, resource gathering. Don't have those techs yet. $50 billion. You absolutely out of your mind? Who's got that much? We can take money on domestic loans or domestic bonds, 4.25% annual interest, but we don't want to increase international banking influence. We don't want the IMF to get involved in Soviet policy. Yeah, we want to go back to Turkey. Want to influence them again. 8. God damn it. Look, Turkey. Just let me coup you. It's very, very simple. Just let me do the coup. Okay? Like, we know you want to, you all want to be couped. What's Italy doing? Italy right now is at San Marino. Right now they're not doing anything. Execution of Chao Man-sik, Korean national Chao Man-sik was executed in Pyongyang. Our nationalists, many viewed him as a potential rival to power in North Korea. The execution was seen as a victory for Kim Il-sung and his supporters. Chao Man-sik struggled to establish himself after World War II. He was accepted trusteeship of the Korean Peninsula, cost him any potential Soviet backing. Right now, they're subsidizing fiat. The SAP have won the Swedish elections. The Swedish Social Democratic Party has won in Sweden. Hori regime in Lebanon. Both the officials report ruling. Lapsed in on itself. Lebanon's kind of falling apart. You're Social Democratic. Again, nothing, I think, too surprising. We don't know what you guys are doing, getting American tanks. When does decolonization start? It should be starting as soon enough. You can see Libya is now independent. They got a lot of influence from the US, but that's basically about it. But it should be happening this decade. This decade and next decade. We could theoretically try to force a vote, but I've already tried to get Catalonian independence, which did not work. Bandung Conference. Most of the Asian African states met today in a massive reunion to discuss Afro-Asian economic and cultural cooperation, opposing colonialism or neocolonialism, any nation of any shape. Composed of 29 countries, it represents a total of population of 1.5 billion people, or 54% of the world's population. 10-point declaration is being discussed, and it seems likely that it'll pass unanimously. From these 3 points, the most important one is the absence of intervention or interference in internal affairs of another country, refraining from acts of threatening aggression, or the use of force against any territorial integrity or political independence from any country. It's like they're trying to work on, yeah, I did see that the SPD did win in Germany. Was that just today? It's happening in Malay. So Malay right now, we got the Federation of Malay. We've got the Malayan National Liberation Army, which I'm assuming at some point is going to have a civil war in Malaysia. Yeah, at some point, I believe there should be a war in Libya. At some point. I don't know when. No national focus set. Let's expand the VDV. We get some armed forces. $25 billion to industrialize. I mean, we have $50 billion. $90 billion, $90 billion. It'd be $1.4 trillion to upgrade everything. You know, we'll spend $25 billion right now to do some basic industrialization. 1955 is when it'll start. Okay, and yeah, we'll definitely help out the communists when we get the opportunity to do so in Malaysia. Anywhere else? I'm trying to think where else has a war. Got the Republic of Indonesia and the Kingdom of Netherlands. At some point, I think they will declare war as well. Other than that, nothing too crazy is going on. Influence you again. As soon as we hit the 90%. Yeah, now we just need to save up 500 political power. And it'll work out just fine, I think. I hope. So you're now contacting North Vietnam, which I think is actually going to... The Democratic Republic of Vietnam annexed the state of Vietnam. So it looks like France is... The whole world is in revolt. King Farouk. A failed coup in the Kingdom of Egypt. After a brief siege, the free officers decided to mount an assault on the palace of King Farouk and secure the country. The king was guarded by approximately 800 well-equipped Sudanese guardsmen. King Farouk, an expert marksman, participated in the defense, allegedly killing approximately 16 attackers as they entered the palace grounds. The free officers, desperate to maintain the offense and to kill the king, decided against withdrawal. However, this left their forces vulnerable, and they sustained heavy casualties. With the attackers weakened, King Farouk ordered a counterattack against the now disorganized and severely weakened free officer force. In the end, nearly 35 free officers were surrendered, but they were summarily executed. King Farouk declared a state of emergency and called the patriotic Egyptians to find Kamal Abdel Nasser, one of the free officer leaders who escaped the counterattack. Analysts expected the king to purge nationalists in the army and build up a new security apparatus. Yeah, Nasser, he's not doing the Dubai's crisis because he is going to be murdered. He's going to get killed by the king of Egypt at some point. You know, we'll see how that goes for them. There's no Communist Party. There's just... Eisenhower's been elected. Hopefully none of these songs are copyrighted, otherwise we might have some issues. Hello, Eisenhower. Welcome, welcome to the presidency. Yay. Ike? Okay, thank you, Ike. I like Ike. What was the name for, like, when it was Richard Nixon's election? Didn't they have one that's like, they can't lick our dick or something like that? Am I losing it? I like Ike. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Richard Nixon's like, you can't lick our dick. So, who the hell is this man? Who the hell is this guy? I don't know, but we're gonna send them to Texas. I think that seems fair enough. I think that seems reasonable. Peaceful economies. I guess we'll infiltrate the civilian administration in the Britain as well. Prepare that for now as well. We've completed infiltrating the civilian administration in the United States. The liberation of Vietnam. The war in Indochina has been dragged on since 1946, with France spending a lot of blood and money in return for the territory to French rule. However, the PCF, along with many others, long recognized this conflict only served to restore French colonialism in an area of decolonization. PCF saw the conflict in it as leads to French decline, the restoration of past glories. Conflict dragged on. The French state grew increasingly dependent on economic and military aid from the United States. So we now have this. So Ho Chi Minh, he's now in charge of Vietnam. I think he's looking a lot older than I think he should in 1952, but we have 6% support here. I think we'll definitely want to maybe puppet Vietnam in due time. We've already had 60% influence there, which is pretty good. We're at 160 now. How many political power are we gaining? 3.3. We're getting almost 5 a day. And the MiG-15 production. Are we making like MiG-17s? Making MiG-15 seems like a step backwards. What do I know? Yeah, these borders are not great. I'm assuming it's because of I'm just gonna give this to Vietnam. Do I still have these islands tagged? I do. Okay, untag that. Yeah, I'm assuming because of the weird borders there, the event didn't fire properly. There we go. We now have Ho Chi Minh's Vietnam. Can Solomon recover from the stroke? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine on this. But I would say that we're definitely doing better now than we were historically. I don't think there's really any doubt about that. Also get this off the screen, thank you. Really, nobody assigned to this battle? Wait, what battle plan is nobody assigned to it? Oh, this one. Ah, that's fine. Don't worry about that at all. Oh, that was for the invasion of Korea. That's long over. We don't need to worry about that at all. This cooperation with Eastern Europe. Still haven't changed their name yet. And we've now got the Tibetan Autonomous Region. Yeah, no, the tree speak Vietnamese is not happening. Egg production is finished. Guess we'll improve Maganon's Gulag hub role. These all finished like really fast. Yeah, because these are supposed to be basically the party apparatus. I'm not even too sure where that modifier